Joining me now for more on this, my colleague, US Report host James Morrow. So, no surprise, he's turning up in the bombastic Truth Social post. Nonetheless, makes for fascinating television at the time the Republican debate will be going on, which he doesn't really want a part of anyway. So, in other words, it all feels very Donald Trump at the moment.
Well, look, it all feels very Donald Trump. It all feels very get Trump at the moment. I mean, there's a certain level in which you can look at this Georgia prosecution and just see that this is part of an absurd attempt. And you do not have to like Donald Trump to see that this is a problem, but as part of an attempt to just simply nobble this guy from ever running for or being president again, being done by prosecutors, being done by, Democrats, by the Justice Department, and all of this. I mean, just some of the theatrics around this I find extraordinary. A $200,000 bond, as if the man is somehow a flight risk. This is a man who would be known in every single village, in every single rainforest anywhere in the world. There's no way he's ever going on the lam. But the thing that this is all a great distraction from, Tom, is, the very real problems that the Biden family has. The last couple of days, we have seen revelations that prosecutors of the DOJ wanted to go as soft as possible as they could on Hunter Biden, give him blanket immunity. And now, apparently, there is a push on by that team to prosecute the FBI whistleblowers because they screwed up the Hunter Biden plea deal. This is, I think, a far greater outrage than what Donald Trump is accused of in Georgia, which doesn't really, Tom, go much further than what Democrats tried to do in 2000, in 2016, and a whole host of other elections that didn't go their way, where they called for electors to change their votes, where they went around searching for ballots, and so on and so forth. So this seems like real theater designed to, I think, interfere prematurely with the 2024 election, Tom.
There's the most serious allegation amongst all these different elements, I suppose, is supposedly trying to fabricate the actual electors themselves within the college system. The proof of that would be the key. I guess the background that I find fascinating to this is you're talking about Georgia, Brian Kemp, a Republican governor who was once upon a time a backer of Trump, who has been angry at him since the 2020 election because of what he says were false claims about a rigged election, which Donald Trump still talks about now.
Well, yeah, I mean, and look, within the Republicans, there are people who like Trump and people who don't like Trump. And it's the same sort of thing, I guess you could say, within the liberals in the Labor Party here. But the very fact that he's out there on this, really does suggest that this is much more personality driven than process driven or justice driven. This is really about getting this one guy. It's really about focusing on Donald Trump. This is what in the Constitution, by the way, is called a bill of attainder, where you try and pass a law essentially and use that to go after one particular person. That's unconstitutional, but that does seem to be the way this is going. And again, this is not to say that, Trump hasn't ever done anything wrong in his life, that he's, perfect, or that he should even be the next president. That's not what this is about. This is about, I think, really, Tom, the abuse of the American legal system by ambitious DAs looking to get a scalp and looking to pre-interfere with the next election and deny people their choice on that because they're so scared of Trump coming back. I just think that it's really not the way America should be functioning. So I think what's happening in Georgia right now is very sad. You talk about the charges in that indictment. Some of them were just for, tweeting things that they didn't like. There's a lot of stuff that's worrisome to me about the First Amendment, political speech, political activity, and stuff that looks an awful lot like what Democrats have done in the past. But now, because Trump is involved, they're trying to make it illegal.
James Morrow, I'm sure it will feature on the US Report. Thank you.